Salutations, sleuths. I'm Gina.
I'm Maria.
And we are
Fortuitous.
Boom!
But there's this like new study that has come out. I don't know if it's new or if I'm just new to seeing it, about like red light, and at night you should put on red lights instead of like the typical white or yellow.
Why?
It's supposed to be beneficial or helpful for like your hormones and something with your brain.
Like when you go camping, like camp lights, they have the red light because doesn't attract bugs.
Oh.
So.
Well, I just was following this one lady who talks all about like regulating your hormones, and she at nighttime puts all the red lights on. So we have a red light upstairs, but it was for like to give us like a Star Wars vibey theme, because it's like in Vic's office and there's like the Darth Vader picture frame, everything like that. And it is kind of cool. Every once in a while we'll put the red light in the room
To set the mood.
Yeah.
For the Sith Lord.
But I wonder if wearing red sunglasses would have the same benefits. Like if you just had your regular lights and you didn't want to invest in red lights, you just got yourself a pair of red sunnies.
What kind of hormones is this producing?
I don't know. It's her...
You're like, I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Typical American. See something on the internet and just do it, no questions asked.
Yep.
No, I think her handle is Cycle with something, and she does all period stuff. So what to eat during what phase.
Okay.
How to, I guess, regulate as a female, your hormones.
Gotcha.
Throughout the different phases.
You said period stuff. I was like, a period drama? That's what I first thought. And I was like, oh, wait, no.
Yes.
Menstruation. That's what we're talking about.
The other period. The worst one. But, yeah. So today is going to be all Valentine stuff. Happy Valentine's Day Eve.
No. Oh, wait. This is coming out on Valentine's Day.
This is coming out the 13th, so the day before. So
I'm breaking the fourth wall. Or I don't know. Am I? Happy early Valentine's Day, even though it's not up.
Valentine's Day Eve.
Okay.
Today's the 6th, but it will come out the 13th.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, it's hard when you record like a week ahead.
Yeah. I
miss things because I'm like, shit, that would have been a cool thing to do because it's coming out this day, but oh well. So happy Valentine's Day Eve. Galentine's.
Do you do anything for Valentine's Day?
I had that same question. No. We find it very cliche. Mm-hmm. No judgment against anyone that does things and they go out for it, but that's totally not our vibe and not our scene.
Usually I celebrate Valentine's Day with my bestie.
Oh yeah? We're doing
Mel Squared. We usually do our own thing, but no, she has a boyfriend this year, so.
Ruining it.
I'm like, bitch, really? You're going to do this to me? And she's like, but, I'm like, fine.
Is this her first Valentine's?
No, this is like technically like their third, but still, I think I've hung out. I think she and I celebrated together sometime since they've been dating, but yeah, but I was like, really? You're going fucking putt with him and not with me? And she's like, I'm sorry.
Dare you?
So
be one of those other millions of couples that go out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I mean, but then I think Nate's just gonna make dinner, so he'll do that. So we do that sometimes.
Make dinner. That's not chicken nuggets.
Extent. Yeah,
not the Mel special.
Not the Mel special.
Yeah, I think what we'll do, because we don't want to go out and about with everyone else, all lovey-dovey, miss us with that gay shit. But again, no judgment. No judgment if you do it. Pop off. But we'll probably buy ourselves like a nice steak and cook at home, have a bottle of wine. Or maybe
fancy.
just like, some sippies of wine. Mm-hmm. We're going to Argentina, so I'm trying to acquire the wine taste.
Build your tolerance.
Tolerance and taste, because I'm not a wine person at all.
I don't. I'm indifferent. I used to slap the bag in college. Franzia,
Yeah.
But, no, it just makes me think of, like, that nacho cheese comes in a bag.
No, I did not know nacho cheese comes in a bag.
And so it's just like, I'm always like, oh, I could slap the bag of nacho cheese. And Nate's like, that is absolutely disgusting. I'm like, this is what you agreed to, though. So that would be incredible, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway.
You should make that a Valentine's tradition. Just bag slapping cheese and wine.
I mean, I'd love it. He wouldn't. But
Just all the slapping on Valentine's Day. Bags and otherwise.
all the slapping, the good kind too, if there is some of that.
But yeah, we'll keep it low key. When I used to box, I would do an anti-Valentine's Day class. So I would, make the apparel, like, everyone wear all black, and I would play, like, heavy metal rock music, or just like, oh, I hate the world music, and fuck everything, fuck love. And we would have a good time. It was fun.
Don't you have a tattoo that says like something along the lines of that, like fuck love or something?
Yes, it's like it's the only tattoo that I like semi regret.
Oh,
because I got it like immediately after, like, not immediately after, but I was just over like boys. It was after a heartbreak.
Yeah.
And this was when I was like young and dumb, and I would cry over boys. And
who does that?
I know, young and dumb people. That's who cries over boys. But I got a tattoo that says love, but the L is like a middle finger, so it.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
that's right.
Love.
You could easily just get that covered up if you're.
I can very easily get it covered up, and I've thought about it. But I never see it, so I always forget about it. It's only when I'm wearing a swimsuit.
Because isn't it like on your butt or like on your
right above the butt?
Yeah, I was like, it's hidden for the most part.
Semi hidden, yeah. And now that no one wears low-rise jeans, you never see it.
Yeah.
Everything is high-rise.
It's your tramp stamp. It's your off-center tramp stamp.
To the left, tramp. Off-center tramp stamp, yeah. I was too cool for a tramp stamp, so I was like extra hipster and like, put it to the left. I think it's to the left. I don't remember.
It's somewhere there.
It's somewhere. And then I was curious if the U.S. is the only country that celebrates Valentine's Day, because I figured it would be like all about, the money.
The capitalism and, the
right,
money.
Yeah, typical. But I was surprised to find out that Canada, Mexico, although not super surprised because they're, neighbors, but UK, France, and Australia also.
I mean, it's based from what? Like, it's like a Saint Valentine.
Yeah, so he was a saint. So, yeah, I guess wherever, like, religion, Catholicism...
Well, I looked into the origins of it a little bit. I don't know if...
I did also, so I'm curious what you found versus what I found.
I didn't take notes on it because you had said that you were going to do that. So, but, like, what I found was something that was, like, originally, like, pagans. Had to do with, like, pagans, and there was, like, sacrificing, like, a goat and a dog or some shit.
I saw
on the lines of that.
Yeah, I didn't dive into the paganism part, and I think I saw something where, like, it was, like, not religious enough, so they wanted to make it more...
I mean, that sounds about right.
Religious, or, like, less...
pagan-y. They were like, this is too witchy. We don't want that witchy shit. We're gonna make this Christian...
How do we insert Jesus here?
Yeah, exactly.
What I found was that there are, like, legends around it, and no one knows, like, for certain...
The origins.
Yeah, the exact origins. The whole Valentine's Day and the story of the patron saint, Saint Valentine's, is just shrouded in mystery. But all of the legends, though, have him as a martyr. So that's the common thread there. But one legend is that Valentine, he was a priest, and he served during the 3rd century in Rome. And then there was this other dude named Emperor Claudius II, who decided that single men made better soldiers than married or family men. So he outlawed marriage for young men. Because they, they don't have a wife or kids. They got nothing to, live for. So,
except for them.
Life.
Yeah.
Right. And Valentine, who was the romantic Robin Hood type, saw this as unjust, and he defied Claudius by performing marriages for young lovers in secret.
Saucy.
Very saucy. And then his actions were discovered.
Dun, dun, dun.
Surprise. And then Claudius II ordered that Valentine be put to death.
That's so fucking stupid.
Which part?
I mean, that's fair. The fact that he's getting killed for,
performing marriages.
Yeah, which also the fact that why is marriage outlawed, and also who fucking cares, because people can still be in committed relationships, loving relationships, without being like married.
Well, this is 3rd century shit, so I don't think that they were allowed to live together unless they were married.
But they were allowed to, you know, be married to like an 8-year-old though.
Right, that was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 years old, have a kid.
Pedophilia was totally fine if you guys were married.
Those are only modern day problems.
Yeah.
Back then, you cannot live with each other.
Yeah.
Unless you're married. That is very sinful.
I mean, yeah. I feel that.
Vic and I are living in sin.
I was living in sin, and my mother, when Nate and I first moved in together, we were like looking at apartments, and she was like, or I was like, oh yeah, oh no, she was like, are you gonna bring your bed? I was like, no, we already have one. Okay, and then she's like, but where are you gonna sleep? And I was like, nowhere, I guess.
The couch.
Like, I don't know.
I thought the floor might be nice.
So
Mom.
to this day, I am a virgin. In my mother's eyes, I will always.
You guys don't have kids.
We don't have
so
kids.
Obviously,
so
you are pure. Still,
the purest of them all.
Yeah, I know Vic's parents had somewhat of a, I wouldn't say issue's like a really strong word, but kind of like hesitation, because we were dating for only like a year.
Yeah.
And then my lease was ending, and he was still living with his parents.
So
and
like,
it's like,
it.
well, you know, why would I get my own place
Yeah.
and you get your own place when we're just going to be at one or the other?
Yeah.
Why don't we
Yeah.
combine monies here into one place? Mm-hmm. And so we did find a place, and 2 months later, COVID hit.
And then you got to know each other real quick.
Yeah. But it ended up working out. But had we known COVID was going to hit, we would probably get a bigger place.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. All right, second legend or other stories have Valentine being killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured. According to legend, while Valentine was in prison himself, he sent his first Valentine greeting after he fell in love with a young girl, potentially the jailer's daughter, who visited him during confinement. I know, sassy again. Spicy. Prior to his death, he allegedly wrote in the letter, quote, "From your Valentine," a lasting expression we use today. So I don't know which one I kind of prefer or want to believe in as far as where the legend comes from. I think, you know, obviously he was a dude from back then. We use his name, and it was something revolving around love.
Mm-hmm. It's positive, I guess.
Positivity sells Hallmark cards.
It does.
Love sells.
Or I can just make one and put Lisa Frank stickers on it, which is my go-to.
Ooh, love Lisa Frank.
That's my go-to, so.
She's still around.
Apparently, it's not great to work for her. There's a whole documentary about it. I haven't watched it.
I did see that it was not
Yeah,
great to
it's
work
not
for her,
great.
and I didn't want to dive into it because I don't want the image
To ruin it for yourself.
shattered
That's
of Lisa
fair.
Frank and all of the colors and the fur posters and fuzzy posters, all that stuff. I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And then by middle of 18th century, it was common for friends and lovers to exchange small tokens of like affection or handwritten notes. And then 1900 is when like the printed cards started becoming a thing because printing technology took off. And so that replaced the handwritten notes with the printed notes, which is kind of sad. But also they made a point that like it's easier to give someone like a pre-made note or a pre-made message than like you having to actually literally spell out your feelings and emotions. And I was thinking of like in 5th grade when we would all like exchange little Valentines, and you were a loser if you didn't come home with like a fat pile of Valentine's Day cards. But like, you know, if you didn't have the pre-made ones, like what 5th grader, like what is a 5th grader gonna write to another 5th grader?
That's a great quote. Like, what would you write in your, like, I always struggled with writing in someone's yearbook. I'm like, what do I say?
Oh.
Have a great summer? Oh,
Yeah, the hags, or like have a kick-ass summer, hackas.
Oh, yeah. And then what was the love you like a sis? And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel awkward doing this, but okay.
It was like literally filled with all acronyms.
TTYL till next semester. I actually have found some like Valentine, like generic, like Valentines that I bought at like the dollar store a few years ago. I found some and I was like, damn it, I should have brought those tonight. But because I like handed them out to my friends a few years ago, and one of them was like, oh, thanks, and then just set it down, and I was like, we're not friends anymore.
You can rip that up, person,
I was
you just
so
ripped
upset.
up my heart.
Yeah, I was like, you see that? That's my heart that you just dropped on the fucking ground. So.
Yeah, I think, I haven't given anyone else Valentine's Day stuff probably since elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
But our little WAGs group, every once in a while, we'll do a Galentine's,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get together and we'll do all like the girly stuff with like stickers and card making and, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure my sister will send me something that her kids make.
Oh, yeah.
That's usually,
A kid thing.
A fun surprise.
An auntie thing.
Auntie.
Yeah. According to Hallmark, it's an estimated today 145 million Valentine's Day cards are sent each year, making Valentine's Day the second largest card sending holiday of the year.
Next to Christmas.
Christmas is number one.
Mary Chrysler.
Can't beat Christmas. And so then that leads me into some of like the we're gonna do some pickup lines. I have the like Valentine's Day rhymes, like the roses are red type deal. So I got some of those rhymes, and then we also have for you some Valentine's Day dating horror stories.
And then I have 2 stories.
Oh yeah, you didn't answer me. Are they personal stories or are they ones that you found?
So I'm a writer, as you know, and I had ChatGPT write me 2 short stories about us.
About us?
Yeah.
You and I? Mm-hmm. Fun. All right, let's save that one for last.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I did not write them. ChatGPT wrote them. AI did my job for me, but I gave it a prompt, and it pulled through. So anyway.
Yeah. So you have to still like initiate it. It's not all.
Yeah. I use it at work all the time. We call him Chad.
Chad.
He's part of the team, so
it is helpful sometimes.
It's very helpful. So,
all right, do you want to hit us with some pickup lines? First question, or let's go through some, and then let's say whether it would work on us or not.
So I have 15, and one of them actually did work on me.
Okay.
And but some of these I just found on like Reddit last night, and I'm just fucking cackling about them. But anyway, you have some too?
I have the roses are red.
Okay, I'm gonna
rhymes.
I'll read a few of them. So This one is one of my personal favorites. Hey girl, you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
That one's a classic.
That is,
yeah.
One of my friends told me that, and I was like, okay.
So you're the only 10 I see.
Then this was actually pretty sure my away message on AIM at one point. If you were a Transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine.
Optimus Fine. Love it.
You feel my shirt. You know what that's made of? Do you know what that's made of?
Girlfriend material.
Whatever. You took it from me.
Sorry. But that's a good one. These are classics. These are OGs.
You're going to love this one.
Okay.
My love for you is like diarrhea. You just can't hold it in.
It's perpetual. It's every day. It's on the daily.
And then after that, these get a little wild. So you do some, and then I'll go do the rest of it.
All right. So I have different roses are red rhymes and different like categories. So we'll start with Star Wars theme. Mm-hmm. For the Star Wars fans out there. Roses are red. BB-8 is round. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Or like lightsaber noises. Mm-hmm. Do you watch Star Wars at all? Are you getting these?
I know that. Yeah, I know.
Get the reference?
Yeah.
All right. Roses are red. Jedis play tricks. Execute Order 66.
That I don't get. The 66? What?
Order 66.
That I don't get.
If you know, you know.
I clearly don't. George Lucas, sorry.
Sorry, George Lucas. I'm with you, George. All right, this one, if you're of like the dark or morbid Valentine, or just like a dark sense of humor or emo, whatever, morbs. Roses are red, sugar is sweet. You'll fit in my freezer if I cut off your feet. I dug it. And then this one's just like if you want to send it to someone as like a big fuck you. Roses are red, violets are blue. These flowers are artificial, and so are you.
Ooh, burn.
Burn. Send some ice as well when you
Burn.
send that package and the fake flowers.
Hey, fake flowers, though, I don't mind them, to be honest.
No, I fucking love them. I would rather have fake flowers because they last forever. The only downside is you have to dust them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I have a mix of real and fake plants.
See, that's like if you can do that, I'm always like, because I can't have fake plants because I'm like, I know it's fake. Why would I put that type of plant in that corner? It's way too dark. Like, my dumbass, of course, is doing
you get
that.
Too technical.
Yeah, I'm like, why is it there? That doesn't make sense. So
no, not me. I put them wherever
I can see
aesthetically
that.
is pleasing.
I like it, but yeah.
And I can't tell you for how many months Vic was watering a fake plant.
That's perfect.
So I guess I found one that looks real.
What did he say when you told him?
Well, I think he finally figured out that he touched it and was like, it's not real.
He's like, oh, this is plastic.
This is fake.
Whoops. Just
All right, let's go back to some more pickup lines, and then I'll
Okay.
get to the spicy roses.
So the next couple are Harry Potter related because, gotta, just like your Star Wars, I have to
Throw in Harry.
feed my fandom. You may be a muggle, but that body is magical.
Love it.
You can slither into my chamber secrets anytime.
I love that one.
One that I say actually a lot. Would you like to want my willow?
To Nate, you say this?
I just said I'm like, can I womp your willow? Like, you want to want my willow, sir? Like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. If Harry Potter pickup lines ever come up, that's the one I say. And people are like, oh. I'm like, yeah, there's not a wand in my pocket sort of thing. Like, no, I'm going to give you this very specific weird ass one. So.
Womp my willow.
Womp my willow. Okay, next one. So next one is, girl, I'm going to bend you over like a folding table and make you squeak like a dog toy.
Oh, so we're past Harry Potter. I'm sitting here thinking what
Oh,
Harry
yeah,
Potter
sorry.
movie was
Whoops.
that?
I mean, that was the Harry Potter.
All right, so say that one again.
This is not Harry Potter. Sorry, I just had the 3 Harry
Because
Potter
the whole
ones.
time I'm sitting here trying to think, what movie?
What movie? What? Did I not? Is this what goes on in the
this
Shrieking Shack? Okay, girl, I'm going to bend you over like a folding table and make you squeak like a dog toy.
See, yeah, that would not work on me, because I would be like, all right, there's no creativity in that. Where's the Slytherin, my Chamber of Secrets?
I mean, it's more of a statement than a pickup line, but
It's, it's vulgar.
Yeah.
I prefer the subtlety.
Next one. You're kind of cute in a weird way.
I guess,
That could work.
it would give me pause.
Be like, oh, okay. So, you remind me of my little toe. I'll probably bang you on the coffee table later when I'm drunk.
I have seen that one. That one's good.
Do you have a mirror in your pocket? Because have sex with me.
That would work on me. Direct. And you think that there's going to be a clever second half. Instead of because I think there's one. Do you have a mirror in your pants? Because I see myself in them.
It's like, no.
Just
Have sex with me.
have sex with me. Like, okay, sir. Deal.
Did you fall from heaven? Because that explained what happened to your face.
That one's like a backhanded.
Well, it's like, you know, the cliche of one, you know, or like if you fell from heaven because you're an angel or whatever. Next one. Are you a freezer? Because you leave me hard for days.
Oh my god.
It said refrigerator, and I was like,
No, that doesn't work.
that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, I have two more. Okay. You must be cheese because I want to stretch you out tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Nate was like, I'm like gagging. He was like, that is awful. And I was like, it's cheese.
I know. Well, I immediately thought of you and your grilled cheese fetish.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I'm sitting here thinking, did you make this one up?
No, I did not.
Did this one work on you?
And then the final one.
I love how you crack up before each one of them.
Please put your big toe in my rectum.
What?
That's it. End scene.
Oh my gosh. I think I would call 911 with that one. The officer had been assaulted verbally. Come get this man.
Can you guess which one worked on me?
Well, I would have thought it was the cheese.
No, it was not that one.
Please tell me it's not the big toe.
I don't know. I actually do know someone with a foot fetish, but anyway, that is
Side
not. It was actually the folding table one.
Really?
Because it was so just like, okay, that's.
And it's very specific.
It was very specific, and I was like, all right.
And just like the imagery
of
squeaky toy.
Yeah, and I was like, it was just very just like blunt and forward, and I was like, I don't hate that for some reason. Normally, I don't know. So it did the trick though.
Right place at the right time and the right words.
I guess.
You know what pickup line worked on me? You up?
That's happened.
You get that message? You up?
That's happened to me.
Here we go.
It's like, oh yeah, be there soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was. I don't think I was hit with a lot of like creative pickup lines. Nothing original that like really, you know, stood out. But I do remember there was like a pickup line that I heard probably elementary school that stuck with me. It was like, girl, are you wearing space pants? Because your ass is out of this world. I really liked that one.
There was one that someone in high school did say to me over AIM, and it was like a Pokemon reference, and he was like, you want to play with my Master Balls or something like that? And I was like, no. And at the time I was like, I don't like talking, like I did not have I didn't know what sex was at that age.
Neither was I. I think I was 18 when I had my first period.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were.
And so like I didn't hit puberty essentially until 18.
That's true.
So like boys in high school meant fuck all to me. Nothing at all. Didn't even look at them.
I just didn't really care because I don't think I had. I don't know. I did have a high school boyfriend towards the end of high school, but even then I was like, this is fine.
It was fine. Yeah, I mean like.
This isn't gonna go anywhere, and my mentality was like, this is pointless. Like, I'm not gonna marry this dude.
Well, I was just like, you know, you're getting in the way of my sports.
I mean, that was your entire life. So.
It was my life. I was just like, you know, because we did prom and homecoming and all of that. And there was like guys that I found cute, but I never got like, you know, the strong sexual desires that teenagers got until I was in college.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, this
is what the hype is all about.
Yeah.
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 All right, speaking of sexual urges, let's go to the sexy roses.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm going to go with this one first. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm using my hand, but I'm thinking of you.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah. And then this one I saw today, and it's my favorite one, and it actually is what made me think to look up more of these rhyme ones. And I wish I could give the person credit, but it was like someone had posted their video and I couldn't find them. Roses are red. The sun gives off heat. If your legs are tired, use my face as a seat. You seen that one?
I heard something like that. It was a video that said something on the lines of that. But yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's some dude who's at a grocery
Yeah,
store.
yeah, yes.
And he has the
I saw
card.
that.
He was like, "Can
Yeah.
you write this down for
Yeah.
me?" And he has
Yeah.
the cashier write it for him. And then the cashier was like, "You trying to get laid tonight?"
I'm trying to get smothered.
I'm trying to get suffocated. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
iconic. That would work on me. I'd be like, "Marry me now."
I did actually send that video to someone who I know enjoys being smothered, and I was just like, "This is for you." And he's like, "Oh, I already saw that."
Plot twist, it came from me. All right. And then all I have left are stories.
Okay, you do yours.
Okay. So we're going into some of the bad Valentine's Day dates. So this one, last minute change. I had been dating my boyfriend for almost a year. His mom hated me because he was her little boy. On the way to the restaurant, my boyfriend decided to turn around so we could take his freaking parents with us. Things were never the same after our surprise double date.
Yeah, you just break up with him before the dinner.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'd be like, "I'm just gonna go."
As soon as he turns the car around to go pick up the
you
parents,
get out.
I'm like, you can just keep driving me back to my house.
Or I'll just walk.
Mama's boy.
I can just walk.
And it's one thing if like right now, well, I don't know if I would do a double date with parents on Valentine's Day.
No.
I feel like that's weird. Like, I'll do a double date with,
I would do it with Nate's parents, potentially. His parents would potentially be down for that, but it's not my choice.
like, I have no problem doing double dates with parents, like,
Yeah.
any of the other nights. But I feel like Valentine's Day, it's like, keep it to the couple.
Yeah.
I don't know, weigh in.
Because it's too sexual.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's a
love
lot of
around
sexual
it.
pressure.
And
you
not
know.
even like that, but like, when I think Valentine's Day, I think of, like 2 people. Mm-hmm. And that's about it.
2 people fucking.
Slapping bags
Of cheese?
and wine. All right, next story. The poor gift giving. My then boyfriend surprised me with a gift, and it ended up being a shirt of mine that I left at his place.
Okay. At least it wasn't some like other chick shirt or something. Like
That would have been even
like,
better, like a pair of panties.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh, I found these. These are yours, right?" And it's just like, no.
But yeah, to get your own shirt as a gift.
Yeah.
Be like, thanks, cheapskate. Mm-hmm. All right. Presumptuous fella. On the way to the restaurant, he was telling me how he cracked his phone screen, and when I glanced at his phone, I realized the background was a picture of me. After only knowing him 1 week. Girl, run.
I mean, if you know, you know. And you seem to
Week
know.
1, picture on the background. Week 2, wedding bells.
I mean, my background is my dog. So.
But you and Nate have been together like a long time.
Yeah, but even that, I never had him as my phone background.
Never?
No, I always did like stupid like fan art and shit.
I guess like if you've never done it, that's different.
Yeah.
But there was one time, Vic has had me as his background for like, pretty much our entire relationship. And then there was one time we went to Mexico, which is where he's from. And, he loves Mexico and wants to move back. And when we came back, I saw that he had changed his background photo to a picture of Mexico, like the pyramids that we visited.
Without you in it.
Without me in it, yeah. This is sans me. I was butthurt.
Yeah.
I was actually butthurt over something so stupid and trivial.
Did he change it back right away, I'm sure?
No.
No?
It was,
Okay.
No, it was there for some months.
Well, that's good. At least he didn't he wasn't a pussy about it. He's like, "Yeah, I like this picture. I'll change it back to you later."
Yeah, so that was like the home, or the lock screen. And then the home screen was maybe me. I can't remember.
Maybe.
But I don't think there's been a few times, I guess, where really briefly my phone background has been like the cats. And that's when like there's a setting on your phone that you can like have it rotate through photos. And so I did that. But you have to be careful with
can't
what
do that.
photos it picks.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let's just play it safe, and I got a really cool one on my home screen now. Lock screen.
Cool cat.
Not a cat, no. Okay. Third wheeling mom. What is it with boys and their moms?
I've heard this happen. Like,
It happens a lot.
It's weird to me. The whole mom is, like, your mom wanting to tag along. It's like...
Well, just like the mom, or just the whole relationship. Because sometimes it's the mom that's like overbearing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the son that's like too much into mommy.
Yeah.
But there's times where it's pretty even.
Yeah, and it's just weird.
It crosses lines a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't get it. Like, why? Part of me almost doesn't want a son, so that it never even happens. There's no chance of it happening.
I mean, there's also, chances of your kids killing you, so...
Yeah. I think we did an episode on that. Or I gave, like, the statistics.
Yeah, it's wild.
The probability.
Yeah, it's like, just, don't have kids. That's how you prevent that.
It is the biggest gamble of your life.
Yes.
The biggest risk
really
of your
is.
life.
Multiple
in
reasons.
So many different ways. But, okay, third wheeling mom. Valentine's Day 2009 was a day that will live in infamy. My then boyfriend planned for us to drive to a nearby winery for a tour and dinner. But he invited his mother. To make matters worse, his mother called to tell us she was running late and demanded he put me on the phone. I managed a weak hello, and she screeched, "I'll be there when I get there. Go buy him a steak and give him some pussy, and both of you shut up." I was horrified. Worst Valentine's Day ever. I am horrified just reading that aloud for everyone.
I always think it's weird when, like, parents are just like, yeah, my kids be fucking. Like, I know, like, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's the same thing, like, when kids are very, I don't know. I don't ever want to sexualize my parents.
That crosses the line between parents and children. There should always be some separation in the relationship.
I mean, which is why my mom thinks I'm a virgin. I'm a Quaker in my mom's eyes because I don't have kids. So, obviously, I don't have sex.
Obviously.
So,
but, like, our relationship with my parents is like, okay, they know I'm old enough.
Yeah.
They know that we live together, so they're not dumb.
Yeah.
But it's just nothing that we ever have to speak about or bring up at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't see why. Okay. Just a few more. Man on a mission. We're having dinner at a restaurant, and suddenly he jumped up and ran to the bathroom. After about 45 minutes, I got worried and went to check on him. As it turned out, the guy who went into the bathroom before him was his dealer, and they were in there getting high. This was not only on Valentine's Day, but it was our first date.
Sounds like a real keeper.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
You had a second date, right? There was a second? There was
Probably not. Only with the dealer.
Also, of course, I'm just like, oh, God, he probably has the shit. That's why he was running to the bathroom.
Well, my first thought, after 45 minutes.
It's like, he's dying. Nope, he's just doing...
constipated.
Yeah.
I also would not give it 45 minutes.
No, I would have, yeah.
After 10 minutes, I'm going to be texting that person.
Yeah, it's like if they're not responding, like, that's when you're just, like, literally, like, go bang on the door. You're like, what the fuck?
But I'd send, like, a little friendly reminder. Hey, no more than 10 minutes, you'll get hemorrhoids. Like,
yeah.
Get off the phone and come on out.
Yeah, stop scrolling.
Yeah.
That's usually how it is.
Mathematical mistake. The guy I was dating gave me 6 red roses for Valentine's Day. I thought it was weird to only get 6 roses when they were usually bought in a dozen. Turns out he actually bought a dozen roses and given 6 other roses to 6 other girls. That is stretching the dollar.
I mean...
And that's shooting your shot.
That's like The Bachelor. Like...
It is, yeah, but instead of, each one gets 1 rose. I've never watched that show once, not a single episode.
I don't care for
Bachelor or
it.
Bachelorette.
We watched Golden Bachelor. We watched that.
I've never even heard of it.
That's with, like, the guy who's, like, in his 70s.
Oh, so it's like Bachelor, but for old people.
Yeah. And then they made a Bachelorette one.
Golden Bachelorette?
Yeah. We watched the Golden Bachelor one. I was like, this is so fucking stupid. And of course, Nate is like, he loves his reality trash. And so he's like, oh my gosh, this is great. And I'm like looking up everything that happens. I'm like, I'm going to tell you who wins. He's like, no. I spoil shit for myself all the time.
You were saying that, and I just, no, I'm a big surprise person.
No.
I love surprises. I love to be surprised, and I love giving surprises.
I like, because I will read like the last page of a book, but that's like, I don't like read backwards or anything. Like, I like to know where things are going to end. And I like, the journey is what surprises me, but I like knowing the outcome.
No, just
I get too anxious because I will like read a book faster. I will skim it if I don't know the ending because I'm like, what's gonna happen? In a lot of cases,
the whole like pleasure part of reading the book is like, okay, you enjoy the journey, and then you're like, what is gonna happen?
I mean,
and then the end happens.
There's still plenty of plot twists along the way, but
you ruined the biggest plot twist when you look at the ending.
Well, I can't do that to myself. I can't surprise myself like that.
To each their own, but hardcore judges, I like to be surprised.
People judge me for it all the time.
I feel like you're living life wrong that way.
I mean, I'm living my life wrong a lot of ways, so...
Well, why not add that one to the list? What's one more?
Yeah, you know?
At this point.
Yep.
Okay, well, last one. Naked breakup. I'd been dating this guy and was really falling for him. He said he wanted to plan everything for our Valentine's date. He loved astronomy, so he picked a spot and brought a small telescope and showed me all the constellations. I was on cloud 9. I don't know if she meant that as a pun intended, but that was pretty good.
Also, did he bring the telescope because she needed that telescope to see his dick?
Telescope this out. I changed into something sexy and invited him in. He got undressed, got in bed, and told me he couldn't do this anymore. He basically got undressed to break up with me. He said I deserved a really nice Valentine's date before he did it, though. So he took her on this nice-ass date, and then they get naked, get in bed, and then he breaks up with her.
So he's like, we're about to bone, but then no, just kidding. This is...
Yeah.
I gotta go home now.
This is pre-breakup sex. But not even getting to the sex part.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least he had the decency to, like... I mean, I don't know, like, would I want to have sex at that point?
No,
like,
at that point,
no. Like, if the guy didn't break up with me, like, if he had... Would you have wanted him to wait before or after sex to break up with you? I think at that point, I'd just say do after. Because then it's like...
you just finished the date.
Yeah.
You didn't finish it, sir.
Yeah.
You did the astronomy, she dressed in something sexy, in the mood, and then... I feel like it's almost more cruel to break up with it pre-sex.
Yeah.
In my mind.
I mean, it also depends on, you know, if the sex is... How the sex goes, too. So.
That's true. He may have saved her some time.
Yeah. So.
Energy.
So.
All right, let's hear these stories from Chad.
I had some part in them, too. Okay, so there's 2 of them. They're very short, so... Let's see if I can get through these without laughing.
And this is about us.
Yeah, you'll figure it out real quick. Okay, so this one is called The Elevator of Fate. Maria and Jeremy Sumter. Yes.
Throwback.
Jeremy Sumter. Yes, that Jeremy, the golden boy, Peter Pan himself.
Yes, Mr. Peter Pan. My biggest childhood crush. Oh my god, I haven't heard that name since high school.
Okay, well, let me start over. Let me start over now. Okay.
Plot twist already. You can't throw me for these loops.
I think this is when you watched this movie was when you had your sexual awakening, actually.
He started the awakening.
I just remember you were just like, what do I do? I was like, I don't know. What is sex?
I'm feeling some sort of feelings, but I don't know what it is. What is
talk
happening?
To your doctor, not me.
And I did. And she was like, oh, you haven't had a period yet? Something is definitely wrong. Take these birth control pills so you can have a period, so you can't actually develop into a person.
Okay, I'm starting over. Okay, so we have, Maria and Jeremy Sumter, yes, that Jeremy, the golden boy, Peter Pan himself, were trapped in an elevator of fate. The power flickered. The air grew thick with tension. Jeremy's eyes sparkled with mischief somehow, even though it was dark. His shirt was already unbuttoned. He backed Maria up against the wall and exhaled on her face.
Exhaled on my
On your face. Okay, yeah, I'm getting through this without laughing is impossible. So he exhales on her face.
Okay.
Guess we're stuck alone. Maria leaned in, lips inches from his ear. Oh no, she purred, tracing a finger down his sculpted chest. Whatever shall we do? The elevator jolted. Jeremy caught her dramatically. Their bodies and tongues collided in a tangle of pheromones and raw desire. From the corner, Melanie covered her eyes in horror, sobbing, "It's only been 2 minutes." The door, to Melanie's relief, finally opened. Maria wiped her mouth and smirked. Best 2 minutes of my life.
There was so much to unpack there. One, okay, why are you also in the elevator? Why are you also there?
We were just in the elevator. You guys just started going at it.
Two, the whole time I pictured him as the 15-year-old boy in his Peter Pan outfit, but me as my old ass self, and then giving peanut vibes, and I don't like it.
Just look at a picture of how old he is and what he looks like now. That'll make you feel better.
Yes, because I have not seen current Jeremy Sumter. I only know him as a 15-year-old boy.
Let's see.
Let's look him up.
We have the internet. If this,
we do. This is where the.
Oh, he's cute. He's
yeah.
a little too clean, though, in my opinion. But
yeah, he's a pretty boy.
He's
I don't go
pretty
for the
boy.
pretty boys.
He's from Carmel by the Sea, California. Where the fuck that is?
He looks like a Cali boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you've never seen Peter Pan with Jeremy Sumter,
I've
check
never
it out.
seen it.
It will do things to you.
It'll awaken you sexually. I never saw it. I just remember you just raving about it all the time.
Dude, and then I don't know if Rachel and I told you about this other movie that we watched
Probably
on repeat. And there was another dude in there that we watched it just because of that dude. His name was Ian something.
What movie was it? Do you know?
No, I'm blanking on it. I'll have to get the title from Rachel, but we literally, like, every day was part of our summer routine, was go work out, come back, turn on the movie, and just, like, fast forward to the scenes with Ian in them, and then go all the way to the end, and then start over. I think we would go on a walk or something, but yeah, I mean, we would watch it at least once every day.
I mean...
And he was like a goth emo dude, which, like, for me, like, that was...
Not your type at all.
Right, not my type, but he was really cute. And Rachel was in her emo phase, so it made sense. And it was, like, for the first time ever, like, we found one boy cute.
Mm-hmm. You're both,
Both into him.
Yeah. Okay.
Chat GBT came up with that?
I mean, I gave it some suggestions.
Okay,
but
what suggestions did you give it?
I said, write me a story about Maria and Melanie, and Maria has a love interest named Jeremy Sumter, and Chad was the one who threw in the Peter Pan bit, and I was like, oh, they know. And and then I was like, just put us in a really obnoxious situation, and like originally it was just all like it took a few tries until I got something I was like, okay, this works, but
this'll do.
Yeah. So, and then the next one I have is about me.
Yes.
The roles are reversed in this.
Perfect.
It's kind of similar, unfortunately, but it's fine.
Is it elevator again? Is this a different elevator?
Just,
okay, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's called A Deserted Romance.
All right.
Maria and Melanie were stranded in a broke-down convertible on the side of a deserted highway. The desert air was thick with heat, but not as thick as the tension radiating off of a young Leonardo DiCaprio as he looked under the hood of the car. As expected, he was shirtless. He wiped his hands off with the white t-shirt tucked in the back of his pocket of his jeans. He leaned on the car right next to Melanie, running a greasy hand through his golden hair. Well, it's broken.
Great deduction, Leo.
Melanie bit her lip. Looks like we're stuck. Leo smirked. Guess we'll have to pass the time. He tilted his head and leaned closer to Melanie in slow motion, slower than the Titanic sinking.
Yes.
Maria, crammed in the back seat, groaned, "Can you wait until AAA gets here?" Leo, still slowly reaching towards Melanie, said, "Can they wait?" Maria climbed out of the car and walked into the desert.
I was gonna say, here's my cue to just yeet off into the desert.
I did make some edits to that because I added the whole, well, it's broken, because I was like, no, we need to make this a little more dramatic.
Yes.
Well. But anyway, but specifically the young Leonardo DiCaprio, like, it had to be in, his prime, because he's just old. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I guess some could argue that he's still,
I mean, he's attractive, yes.
Still
but
attractive.
I just, something about, that 1998, Titanic, Romeo and Juliet, Leo, something about him.
How old was he in the Titanic?
He was like 22. He was pretty young.
There is another movie that he is in.
The Beach.
No.
Because that movie I fucking hate. And Nate's like, it's the best Leo movie. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, there's a cowboy movie.
He's in a bunch of...
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Quick and the Dead. That was, I think, like the first one I saw of Leo, and he also is young Leo.
Yeah, he's hot when he's young. He's just hot.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. He's also probably scrawny as fuck, which is my type, apparently. So, but anyway.
The extra lean.
So, yeah, there we go.
Well,
I tried.
Snaps
Thank
for
you.
Melanie and Chad.
Yeah.
Joint efforts in the stories.
Yeah, for that I was like...
That is actually a great surprise.
I was like, for my story, I was like, do the same thing, but make Maria the one who's stuck.
Who's watching,
who's stuck in the corner, who can't get out of the situation. So...
Yeah, my new celebrity crush is Jensen Ackles.
I have no...
He plays Dean in Supernatural.
Okay, that's fair. He is very attractive.
I have a whole Dean shirt.
I love that.
And it's just multiple pictures of his face on my shirt.
I used to be obsessed with Jared Leto from...
Oh, never obsessed, but used to
I
find
had like
him
a
cute.
hardcore attraction to him. And then...
Also scrawny.
Well, no, he's like ripped, but in like a creepy way. Like now he's just like doesn't age. He's like immortal, and he's just scary now because he literally looks how he did when he was like in his his late 20s.
I always remember him as being like scrawny. Rachel and I saw 30 Seconds to Mars years ago.
I saw them. I was a huge fan at one point. Like it was bad. And then I was like, oh no, when he says this is a cult, he literally means this is a cult.
Well, he's actually super bizarre.
Yeah, no, he's fucking weird as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's probably why I was drawn to him. And then I was like, oh wait, no, this is too much.
Too weird. It does cross the line at some point.
And also I just stopped liking their music at that point because I was like, this is too commercial. They sold out, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, anyway.
So many have sold out. Because Rachel and I used to be big 21 Pilot fans.
Oh yeah.
And love the album Vessel.
Is that their first album?
No, not the first one. But it's the album that has their two grandparents on the
cover.
cover.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
about. That was their best one. Greatest one, in my opinion. I'm so glad we saw concerts when we did. Mm-hmm. The last concert we saw wasn't with their latest album, but was like a sequential one. Mm-hmm. And so all the teenagers were there, and it was like mainstream music, and it was ruined. Mm-hmm. And it was at in a big arena. I think it was at Enterprise. Whereas we saw him, we saw him at the pageant.
Yeah, that's
time.
so much better.
Yeah, smaller venue. So yeah, pretty tragic that they, I would say, sold out also.
Yeah, it happens.
But all right, I think that's about what I have for Valentine's Day. I did have some closing thoughts, because for Valentine's Day is actually kind of depressing for some people, because it's this giant slap in your face.
Yeah, it's if you don't have someone, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck right off. You suck.
Yeah.
And I also have friends who are single and struggle to, find a person, which I do think is harder nowadays to find someone. I'm not sure why that is, but I know also, when you get older, the selection kind of lessens.
I feel like you get pickier, which is good, but also...
That is good, right.
But also, yeah. No, it's a depressing holiday. I mean, and most, and that's why I'm always no, we're going to make this about friendship. Friendship is magic.
Instead of love.
Yeah, it's yeah.
But you don't need to have a partner to be happy.
Yeah.
And so many people that do get upset about it, or I'm thinking just specifically for my friends, they get all upset or butthurt or worried that they haven't found a person yet, and they're getting older.
Yeah.
But what they do is they will rely their happiness on that person. Like, oh, I will be happy once I find a person, as opposed to like getting happy first.
Yeah.
Your happiness should be totally independent of the person. You do not rely on anyone else for your happiness.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if they leave, they whatever, you need to be like secure in your own self.
Yeah.
And I think once you are truly, genuinely happy with your life and you are pursuing life instead of love, then that's when you will cross paths with the person.
That's fair.
As opposed to like actively looking for a person and always worried about it and stressing about it.
Yeah.
I think if you just say fuck it and just like pursue your hobbies, life, whatever, then you will come across the right person.
I mean, yeah, I really like that, because it's like, yeah, people always say, like, you know, like, you'll meet them eventually, like, you know, you'll just happen to stumble into them, but it's literally like, if you're out there doing what you love, enjoying your life, like, and this person also is enjoying their life, it's like, oh, we have same interests.
Right. And
of course, we're gonna, you know, be attracted to each other in this, and, yeah, because we're in the same place at the right time, and...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fate, like in the elevator.
The elevator breaks at the right time. But that's what happened with Vic and I. It was literally as soon as I stopped looking. Because it was like 2 back-to-back heartbreaks.
Yeah.
It was the one it was like the Rise dude that you know. And again, I was young and dumb, and I cried over this boy. Don't cry over boys.
I just remember he was riding in the car, and I just kicked the back of his chair.
He was
so
a straight-up asshole.
Fucking hard, because he said some shit to you, and I just BAM! And I was proud of myself for that.
He was a real asswipe.
Yeah, anyway.
Why did I think I was in love? I don't know. People get confused. You know, hormones. Blame it on the hormones.
Those red lights, man.
I wasn't doing red light back then. I wasn't. God damn it. Anyway, heartbreak over that. And then I find another guy who seems like really awesome, perfect. And finally am over the first heartbreak. But then immediately turn around and get heartbroken from him. So it's like, you know, fool me twice, shame on me. So I was like, fuck all of this. Fuck boys. I was like, I'm not going to look for any. I just decided to focus on myself. And I actually, you know, pursued the stuff that I wanted to pursue with work and hobbies and everything like that. And I actually finally became happy with myself. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get Tinder. Because I just want to fuck around. I don't even want friends with benefits. I just want the benefits. Don't talk to me afterwards. Like, this is just straight.
I can't do that. I could never do the whole, like, fuck someone, like... Even just if they're hot, like, fucking someone for, like, just because they're hot, and that's it. I can't do that.
Yeah, I want no connection.
I can't do that.
Let's just do this, and then we'll each be on our own way and never talk to each other again. So that's what I was going for. I was going for, like, my sloot phase. It was just, you know, use them and dump them, move on. Yeah. And guess who was my first match?
That's usually how it goes, though.
Vic did the super like, which normally I wouldn't like back on, because I was like, all right, super like, I mean, that's like, eh. But I was like, you know, I saw his picture, I was like, yo, he's kind of cute. Victor, and then his last name. Victor. And so I said yes, and we had a conversation, and here we are 6 years later. It was the first and the last of my sleep phase.
Yeah.
And it was as soon as I stopped looking.
Yeah.
And I even tried, because I started getting feelings for him. So I thought, oh no, not again.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So I tried to, like...
Yeah, shut it down.
And I tried to, like, pull away. But it didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, also, I think, you know, learning to love yourself comes a lot with age, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, like... Yeah, it's definitely, that's something that I've always struggled with, but I think that as I've gotten older, I'm just, like, gotten to this point where I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And, you know, I was lucky. I found my partner very early on in my, you know, I was fucking 20 years old, and yeah, because people were always like, oh, you don't know what it's like to be single, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I was single at once upon a time. Yeah. Many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
But, like, yeah, it's not a great feeling, but also it's just, like, you can't that can't define you. Don't let anyone define you for except yourself. Like, it's bullshit. So
Amen. Be your own person.
yeah. So
That's what I have. And that was essentially kind of like a giant weekly wow.
yeah.
Was
I think I was gonna say something on the same lines of that, of just like, love yourself.
yeah, and like actually, it sounds kind of corny, but like
Some of that shit though,
it actually
the cliche.
works. Yeah, like, be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with something, then change it. You're not stuck with whatever you're doing. And like just go out and have fun. If you're genuinely out about having fun, you will come across someone also.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Melanie, for the very spicy stories.
Oh, I'm full of spicy stories.
I know you read all that stuff. All right, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. I was gonna say, go slap some bags.
You could have.